Hello, and welcome to the first in a series of something I'm calling The Ramblings of a Dead Madman. A Titanic. The Titanic that most know actually was not, because what it really was actually another identical boat that had already been in service, more like a barge. The problem was that the proposed Titanic that was actually being built at that time was really behind schedule and would not be ready in time for its maiden voyage. So practicality took over, and 'twas decided to renovate and instead finish off the other identical boat instead and just change the name. So in reality, the Titanic never existed. The other boat, or barge, was actually renamed Titanic instead. But getting back to your Titanic casualty reason, but as well, the renewed Titanic actually was also delivering an expensive and precious Egyptian mummy also. You will certainly be surprised to find out where the mummy was actually kept when you start digging for answers. The remains of people, even the barest of bones, still have the same properties and still possess the wishes of the person as if alive until completely consumed by the elements. This just seems to be a phase that needs to take place, and of course different people have different properties, and some more influential and exacting desperate than others. Therefore, this mummy's needs actually had first and top priority to be buried and not disturbed, like it had been in display, most unlike a dead person should be, a disgrace by any standard, because any Egyptian mummy is actually many thousands of years older than have been guesstimated to be. Therefore, it had been disturbed rather drastically from its resting place. Anywhere, anymore, and therefore influencing and affecting the navigating crew. There are plenty of haunted houses for evidence that don't even have any remains left over, even as proof for this statement. And some of these houses, many people just cannot spend much time there before they feel its overwhelming effects. And these people will tell you that this non-visible, non-detectable force has undeniable influences and effects. The proof to all this statement is within easy reach of your computer. Start at A&E Archives. If you want to see the other 5 emails connected, let me know. A few weeks ago, I stepped up to the computer here at the hotel, and even before I finished writing Lady Gaga on the computer, her page just popped up. So I have been keeping track of her daily and sometimes hourly ongoings since then, and some of her posting messages. Forwarded message. Subject: Wendy. Regarding frustration, but you do not need to actually send this to the Yahoo one. This is the one that is not working. Regarding Stefani Joanne Angelina Germanata, there is a prescription cough medicine based with opium. Get a prescription and do try it once to find out if you have any allergies to it or any other reactions from it, because you will be needing this then. Also, bring a movie recorder that you know does mesh properly with Windows Movie Maker. A recorder that you can operate effectively. Because even though this one I got is HD, once in the program it becomes only a quarter the size or less for viewing on the computer. 'Tis a lousy situation, not compatible. Because I haven't found salesperson that is aware about this problem or even wants to know about it. Because they actually can't do anything about it. Either the machine should be more complete. But anyway, if you do nothing else, do get that prescription just in case you do make it. Because the way I'm seeing things, the situation is not in your favor right now. Of course, I will completely explain everything to you then. Rihanna, What Now? Aha. Katy Perry, Unconditionally. Yes. Friday, November 22nd, 2013. I was trying to test my new connection with Shaw today, but it didn't work. I wanted to tell you about my latest find because you might want to know and may even need it, or just want to guard against its effects. Well, I have been studying this Alzheimer's disease for a while, and it turns out that the problem really is that in time the brain slows down the production of a certain sugar within the brain itself that is vital to the well-being of many of the body functions, but most noticeable of all is the effect on the memory recall part. Not a disease at all, but instead just a shortage of a particular chemical. I did not locate this chemical, but I can now verify that indeed it does work extraordinarily well, and it only takes between 1 and 2 months before one is able to notice marked improvements. Much like having a complete rewiring renovation within the brain. Because remember when I said I would be a genie at Sudoku? If 'twas introduced to me in my early teens, solving these puzzles now seems so simple for me. Well, I can say that at this time I can relate to numbers about the same as then, and one of the problems with this puzzle is making errors, which I found much, much less. Therefore, this chemical must indeed be what everyone has been looking for as the fountain of youth, saying, "Believe it, Sherry." Forwarded message. Frustration. Hello there, I got your email. How are you doing? Maybe the third time today I'll be lucky. Try writing me sometime. Delivery to the following recipient failed permanently. Another huge hint below for you since you are not getting it. I was trying to test my new connection today. A grand story indeed, Peter Mansbridge, but this song video was 100% commissioned and directed by the damn CIA. There have been others that have commented on this song vid, however. You are the only reporter that had a similar connection with your Franklin expedition, which was indeed a much more interesting story that was activated from the in-bedroom cameras. You, Peter, must indeed have powerful connections. Forward to Laureen Powell Jobs, wife of former Steve Jobs. Sincere condolences and a gift. Joe made me do it because she's too chicken to email me. A September 30 princess. Princess Amira Al-Tawil. Email sent Friday, September 30th, 2001. Update. Joe made me do it because she's too chicken to email me. You will find some old info, but read on and you will be rewarded just a little later. Princess Amira Al-Tawil. I noticed that just some hours after I sent her my collection of emails, this otherwise practically unknown princess has proven to be much more influential than anybody would have thought, because she is the one responsible for several of the new goings-on in Arabia Land just lately. And she seems definitely overdue to fulfill her important position. Friday, September 23rd, 2011. Subject, change. Forward this present to Princess Amira Al-Tawil, Foundation Al-Walid bin Talal, regarding change, because there's going to be lots of change very soon. I saw you on the show last night. Yeah, the last time I sent this info, 'twas to a foundation. There was no email address. Forward to J.K. Rowling, please. Doc 13, August 21st, J.K. Rowling. Sunday afternoon. I was just fixing one of my emails. Then I heard your name being announced on the television. After a while, I just has to pay attention and was the cause I'm writing you. I did see your first 4 movies, but have not read any books, 'cause the Bible is one of a few of the only books that I was able to hold proper attention span, but also did memorize it back then. So movies are great, and after your first movie I felt that I had seen the most incredible show ever. other than the Ten Commandments. I was tickled by another movie of yours. You have created fantasy not too far off reality, and stirred much intrigue in the world's curious minds with it. As you will notice, I am probably the worst secretary for keeping things lined up. There is some duplication, but within it there is also different information. It looks like you have run short of ideas, so I thought I would introduce this different one, because I just can't make anything out of it. And you are the only one I can think might be interested and make use in this off-the-shelf information, and it is happening at present, so it is really real and fresh. Email, January 26, 2011. Subject, forward, Spies Renaissance. I just thought you might as well have the whole works.